Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Mark. This video is talking about, like the title says, I'm turning a new page. This is something that I knew was gonna happen. The vehicle, Hyundai Sonata, the 2006 through 2010. This is a 13-year-old car. Feels like I'm turning a page here now. As you already know, throughout all these videos, throughout all these years, I've always made videos on how to maintain, how to hook up, how to modify your car. First ones that I could recall, that I could remember posting on YouTube was on how to change your headlights, or how to change an LED bulb, or how to paint your grill, plastic dip stuff, the basic stuff in the beginning. How to wrap the interior of your dashboards, stuff like that, right? One of the main videos that I posted that got me a lot of hits was the suspension, the SMA suspension. Which makes the car unique. In any vehicle, when you buy a basic car and you decide to lower it, get coilovers, it makes the car look good. It makes it attractive. It gives it that aggressive look. Well, that's exactly what happened to this vehicle. The moment I got the coilovers, it looked beautiful, especially with the Hyundai Genesis rims. It looked great, and I loved the vehicle even more once I put the suspension. I'm keeping the vehicle, but I have to say that I'm turning a page, and this page is going to lead to turning this car back to basic. So maybe it's not turning the page, or maybe it's turning the page backwards, because I'm putting the factory suspension back on this vehicle. As you've noticed in the past couple of videos, I made a change your inner tie rods, how to change your outer tie rods, your lower ball joints, your upper control arm, your engine mounts. I've made 3 separate videos on how to do 3 of them. There is one more that I haven't done yet, but the main reason why I did all those videos is to maintain my car, because I kept hearing this knocking, clunking noise, whatever you want to call it. It was just making a noise that kept bothering me. At first, my wife wouldn't hear it, but I would. So I started changing things around, started oiling things up, lubricating things just in case it was dry, but it just kept on coming until now it got too loud. So one of my last videos that I made was outer tie rods. The inner tie rods, outer tie rods. As you know, that when you're doing any of those projects, you're gonna have to get a wheel alignment. But when I called the place to do it, they were backed up. They said they're gonna wait. I would have to wait about 3 or 4 days. So within those 4 days, when I would drive my vehicle, it was no longer straight. I was driving 6 to 12 to keep it straight. So I knew I needed a wheel alignment. But that is when, within those 4 days, that is when I started hearing it a lot louder, that clunking noise. So finally, when I got to the spot 4 days later for them to do it, they called me within the hour and told me, Mark, we're not sure when you got those suspensions, but they're done. Your fronts are done. The backs are pretty much done as well. They sent me a photo of the oil that's dripping out of the strut, and that is the cause of that clunking noise. Hearing it on both sides, and you can know when a strut mount is going bad, which I recently found out, is that when you're making a turn, and this is only happen, you only hear it under 30 miles. That's when you are doing that slow drive, you're going into a community or private road, and when you start turning the wheel, you'll hear it. Make that left, you'll hear it. Make that right, you'll hear it. Now for me, when I come into this driveway and come in to park it, I always hear it the loudest. That is when the car drives the slowest, and that's when I do a lot of turns. So that is when I hear it, and that's when it was annoying. When I changed to the aftermarket suspension, that time this car only had about 42,000 miles on it. That's when I used to live in the city, when I used to live in New York. So I wasn't really putting that much mileage on the car, only when I would drive to PA. Again, this vehicle is 13 years old. Should I invest in new aftermarket suspension, or just leave the way the car is? I mean, as you know, I've been saying in some of my videos where one of my next vehicle has to be a bigger vehicle. It has to be an SUV. My kids are growing. We're getting bigger. We need that space. We have more things that we need to put in the vehicle when we do drives. This car just doesn't cut it anymore. It's a beautiful car. We already have another sedan, but this one I'm gonna have to replace just because it is the oldest. Now, I did mention that I do want to give this vehicle to my younger sister when the time comes, and I just hope when that time comes, the vehicle is still running strong. That is one of the reasons why I went ahead, changed all these components because of the noise, but I knew this car was getting of age, so I wanted to change all those joints and components just so I wouldn't hear those noises. I'm at that moment where this car is going to start looking more of a factory look, especially with the suspension. It's gonna look like a boat now. It's gonna be so high up there. Then my next thing, I may have to change the wheels. I'll see, but moving forward with this vehicle, I don't see myself putting cool stuff in it anymore. That chapter is done. Back in the day, back in my day, no, back in 2011, 12, even 13, I used to be heavily into this website, HyundaiForums.com. I'm sure it's still around, but that's where I met a lot of car Sonata enthusiasts that are just like me, who love working on their vehicle. And we used to share each other's pictures, information, what we can do to each other's cars, giving each other ideas. And that's what I loved about it. And then about 2013 to 2014, it seemed like everyone started migrating to Facebook. And there were pages on the same thing that you would see in Hyundai forums, but they were on Facebook, and the same people were there. But slowly, little by little, all those people that I knew that used to hang out there are no longer there. Why? Because they moved on. They let go of their cars, they traded it in, got bigger cars, got better cars, and me, I'm still in my car. This car was paid off back in 2017, 2018. So I've had this car for so long, paid for, and the money that I would invest in paying monthly my car note, I no longer had. And that was one of the reasons why I moved forward to running my own business, started my own business, because I had more income to produce more products for my business. And this car helped me, seeing that this car was reliable. And that's one of the reasons why this new generation are buying used Hyundai Sonatas, because they're great cars. If you know how to maintain them, they're great. This car runs great, but I have to keep in mind that the engine, the alternator, the transmission, it's still factory, it's still original. So that at any given moment, this car can die out. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not considering in purchasing an aftermarket suspension, just putting it back to factory. I'm gonna miss that look. And I know most of you who follow my channel is because of this Hyundai Sonata, and thank you for it. But I know that it's not gonna have that look anymore. So as of today, tonight, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change out the aftermarket suspension. Well, everyone, that's the bad news. I hope you guys can bear with me, and I hope I taught you guys a lot on this vehicle. I'm still gonna have this vehicle. Anything that goes on with this vehicle, I'm gonna try to maintain and fix it. But moving forward with all those cool gadgets that are coming out now, I just feel I'm not gonna put it in this vehicle anymore. I got the iPad installed, I got the cool bright LEDs, I got the aftermarket steering wheel on it, the Hyundai Genesis seats. I mean, all of this is cool, but none of this means anything if that engine fails, because I will not invest on another engine for this vehicle. I'm just trying to maintain it as long as I could until I can buy an SUV and then transfer this car to my younger sister. Everyone, thank you. Thank you for watching my videos. I'll have a lot more. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.